nice to meet you guys, so to speak.
Nice to meet you too. I'm
Mike.
I'm Ryan.
I'm Kristin, and this is Allie.
Oh my
Hello.
goodness. Hi. Oh.
Totally
Oh. Because she's precious. She's gorgeous.
Thank you.
Let me sleep.
Yeah, she'll be out for 30 minutes. She'll be back awake here in a minute. She's just taking a cat nap.
How old is she?
She'll be 4 months old on the 4th.
Oh, okay.
Well, congratulations. That's awesome to see that y'all are doing good. She's healthy. She's so cute. That's great.
Is she your first kid?
Absolutely.
First and only.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you're experiencing it for the first time. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Very.
Yeah. So I guess, I mean, obviously you guys know what we've been doing with this whole Hope Village insanity. We kind of just fell into it and had no idea what we were getting into at all. And then just wanted to kind of help people because people were being taken advantage of and exploited, and they had no voice. I mean, it's
Yeah,
not
they were
okay.
coming to us.
Yeah, people came to us, and it's not okay for things to happen and people not be able to tell their story if they want to and have no voice. So
Right.
I don't really think that loud, but it's like, well,
at least
it's something, I guess.
Yeah, so I mean, we don't want to make this whole thing about like all of that, but obviously it's a big part of the story. I'm just interested in you guys want to talk to us and whatever you're comfortable sharing, and that's about it. I mean, I guess
I'll let you start.
Yeah, like how did you end up even knowing about or going to Hope?
So y'all have heard of Pastor Kevin,
I
obviously.
knew. Yeah. Okay.
Well, we lived y'all remember Christy and
Very.
Barry.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we were homeless and we lived in the same little tent community that they had lived in, as well as the big black guy and the white lady that are in the video. They don't I don't think y'all have spoke to Magic or Candace,
No.
but they were in the video as well as April. She was also in it. She was the shorter, yeah. So the five of us, Magic and Candace and April, they kind of they followed my lead because I'm still not sure honestly, but where I went, they went.
Okay.
And
it was an opportunity for us to get them out of the woods as well as getting us out of the woods as well.
Yeah, it was cold, and I mean we were living in tents. It was about to hit the big freeze that we had last year.
Yeah.
And well, as soon as it hit, oh no, it was about a week before it hit. Kevin had come up. He had been up there once or twice already. He had brought supplies and stuff. And Pastor Kevin, he's good. He's a good guy. I don't have any complaints about him.
He was misguided.
He was led to believe something that they led him to believe that it was something it wasn't.
Right.
And he led us to believe them as well, which we're from Rutherford County. We've lived here all our lives. And it was we've all heard about Debbie Brisco or Deanna Brisco, whatever she goes by now.
Yeah.
Well, heard of her. And nothing was good. I mean, but at the same time, I'm the type of person I like to give anyone the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
I try and make my own judgment call once I meet them.
Yeah.
And y'all spoke a lot to Shannon and Chris. Which Shannon and Chris, they were kind of led there by Kevin as well, but I was their go-between. I'm the one that introduced them to Kevin.
Oh, they were staying at another tent site.
They were at another tent site up behind Walmart in Rutherford County.
Yeah.
and
Is that
we
where
had
y'all
met
were at?
them.
No, remember
We were
Barry?
behind Big Lots.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Barry told me that. I forgot.
Yeah, we were behind Big Lots. There was about 15 of us total back there. And I went around and I told everybody what the opportunity was based on what we believed. And Magic, Candace, and April were the only ones that were really up to go, like up to go, until Kevin had come back and spoke to Barry and Christy and them. Well, when we got there, me and Magic, we helped set up almost all the tents. We got there. It was late at night, cold as can be. Only 2 tents were up when we got there.
Oh wow!
And so me and Magic helped, along with Kevin and a few of the guys that go to church with him. They helped set up the rest of them. We got all the firewood we'd need for that night and the next day because it was cold when we got there. Because have y'all been to the Golden Valley site?
Yeah.
Yeah, one time. Yeah.
Up on that hill when that wind blew,
It was
Ooh, like that.
it hurt. Like the wind would hurt.
It burned you a little
And
bit. Yeah.
oh my gosh. And I mean, we were warm in the tent when we were staying behind Big Lots. We had our little heaters and whatnot, and we had plenty of blankets, but it was still it was just a means to an end. It
Yeah.
wasn't it wasn't what we it wasn't a life goal, that's for sure.
And being 7 months pregnant, that was
It was just
Yeah, I forgot about
it
that.
was it was a situation that was not easy.
at all.
And when that opportunity came, it was just I had heard about her the day before Kevin spoke to us about it. Someone in town, because I used to ride a bicycle around Rutherford everywhere. That was transportation, and that was my exercise. That was how I'd unwind. And I had spoke to a lady that worked at a gas station, and she was telling me about these hot tents and Debbie Brisco and stuff, the Sisters in Christ. And I came back to behind Big Lots, and I didn't really think anything else about it. The very next day, Kevin came up and he brought it to my attention. And coincidences, I don't think there is such thing as a coincidence. I mean, I think if it's meant to be, it will, or if it's not, it won't.
Mm-hmm.
So when he spoke to me about it, I was up for it. It was a change. It was an opportunity.
We were given false hope.
And we got there.
Oh, sorry. What did he tell you it was exactly? Like, what was
Well, he explained to us what had happened from what they told him in Boiling Springs about the whole zoning thing. And
no, they didn't tell us it was a zoning. They said they got kicked out because they wasn't paying enough or something like that. They didn't tell us about the zoning thing, because remember they were bashing them, trying to say that they kicked them out. They didn't. It was zoning laws.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We put that in the video because that really bothered me that they did that. You know, the churches and
Well,
stuff, they had to follow.
well, it was explained to us more Debbie and Ronnie being the victims as opposed to Debbie and Ronnie being the ones, I mean, in a sense, ignorant to the law. Because, I mean, there are laws that people got to abide by. In South Carolina, you're not allowed to live in a tent, period.
Oh, wow.
Like it's, I mean, I guess you can technically be homeless,
I don't know.
but you can't live in a homemade house, essentially.
It's gotta have running water.
You have to have running water, and you have to have electricity if it is your home, I guess.
Oh.
Huh.
And yeah, well, we learned that being homeless in South Carolina.
Oh,
And because I mean, it went on. It was an ongoing thing for about 2 years for us. Like every opportunity we had, something would fail, something would crash, some part of it wouldn't go right for us, and we would move on.
Nicer than people that have houses, I'll tell you that.
Some of the best people I've met were homeless, honestly.
yeah.
Yeah, we've met like nothing but cool people, to be honest. Like what What did he tell you? Like, what did he tell you were going to get out of being there? Like, was it just like, here's a
Well,
place to
he
stay?
said that it would. He said that it was a warm place for us.
DSS approved.
It would be DSS approved. That they would help us get to and from work. They would help us get jobs if that's what we wanted. And if it wasn't, it was just a place. It would be a place to stay warm. Which, in my mind, I was like, well, if it's a place that I can be warm and she can be warm,
And we can keep our daughter without having to fight the state.
that can give that. I mean, that kind of gave me hope. And neither one of us mind working. I have a job now, and she takes care of Allie, and if she wants to work, she has no problem getting a job. And it was just it was a waypoint for us. It was a place that we could relax almost.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, granted, homeless or not, it was a place that we thought we wouldn't have to worry about leaving our stuff. Someone coming by, seeing it and stealing it, because we had people that we trusted around us. Then Shannon and Chris got there, and we had even more people we trusted around us. And being from Rutherford County, Golden Valley, I know a lot of the people around there, and I trusted the area, even though it has a bad rap.
Yeah.
It does.
Familiar with it, you know? Yeah.
It was another home, because I used to hang out at the Pots a lot. I don't know if y'all know what CC Mountain is.
No, I've heard that like 3 times now, and I don't know.
It's beautiful.
CC Mountain is it's another name for it's up there. It's part of South Mountain.
Okay. I've been to South Mountain to the park, like the
hiking trail and all that. Yeah,
whatever. Yeah.
But CC Mountain, they've got these literal holes in the ground that are shaped like pots, big old.
Oh, cool.
And some of them are connected to one another, but they're on different levels. So a lot of people have drowned there, and it's not a place for people to go swim, but it's a place for the people that know what they're doing to go play, I guess.
Dang, I gotta check that out. That sounds dope.
It is pretty cool. It is pretty cool, and it's beautiful up there. But
it's not far from the campground.
No, it's from the campground. It might be a 15-20 minute drive, if that.
Oh, okay.
But he told us from what they told him, he reiterated everything that Ronnie and Debbie told him.
There were no strings attached.
Yeah.
There was a lot of strings attached.
We could be there and we could leave the next day, or we could be there and stay as long as we needed. And it wasn't.
That transportation was provided, which wasn't. And then the only reason they got the ambulance was because they had a pregnant woman, which was me, because 911 don't come out there.
Oh.
The ambulance doesn't come out that far unless it's
an emergency,
like a death or they're gonna die.
Wow.
No kidding.
I had no idea.
Well, you know what's crazy about that? Steven, there's a guy that's done like a lot of investigation into this whole thing. And he said that there's been a disproportionate amount of deaths over the years at Grandview. Like multiple, like, triple, quadruple as many people as like the normal population have died there. Like that live.
Golden Valley doesn't get the rep it has for no reason.
Yeah.
It's considered, Kaiser itself is considered one of the biggest drug.
Wow, they cut out a bit. You said one of the biggest drug something. Say it again.
I don't know. Yeah, it sounds.
North Carolina itself, and it's been that way for a really long time.
Yeah,
and it's one of those places that people go missing. People disappear in Golden Valley.
Wow.
Right.
And you don't mean
because I mean, I
itself. You mean like that area.
Yeah.
Golden Valley, Kaiser area. It's like as a whole is a hole.
Gotcha.
Wow.
It's a black hole in Rutherford County in North Carolina, in hell this side of the country. It's a place where people can literally disappear.
Wow.
And
Cops don't go out there.
the only reason Aaron Ellenberg went out there when it was called is because it was Debbie Brisco.
And she's not supposed to be in Rutherford.
She's not allowed to.
Operate.
She's not supposed to operate within Rutherford County anymore because they ran her out a couple years back because of the whole homeless shelter debacle.
Yeah.
So she got
when
out of there.
She got ran out of Rutherford County. Like we hadn't heard that name since that incident. She hadn't been back.
2017 when that happened.
Right. She hasn't been back since then.
What was what did they give as a reason to run her up out of there? Like,
oh, she was stealing the homeless people's food stamps and collecting them herself.
Yep.
Herself.
Like
she would have them give their food stamp card.
Right.
And she would go get them groceries or whatnot, would come back with bare minimum and essentially pocket or sell the rest for her profit.
Right. I've heard that.
And once that was found out, she immediately had whatever license she had to run the homeless shelter. It was withdrawn and she was told to leave. And I've thought for a good little while now that she was 10W30. I thought that she was part of the Word of Faith. I'm not sure if y'all have heard of them or not, but
she accused us of saying she was a part of them.
Now, see, there's something online that I found. Like, okay, so whenever she complains about anything we say, she claims that we say she's a part of the Word of Faith. Like, we never said that, and she just seems to be like.
I never heard y'all say that, but
no,
just the way that she operates, it puts me in that mindset that. She's just another Jane Whaley underling.
We've heard that she's not liked by them.
But then, see what it is I found something online. It was like this old forum, and they were talking about cults. They're talking about Word of Faith. And this guy said, I'm from Rutherford County, and he wasn't even meaning to talk about Debbie or Sister Christ or nothing. He said, there's this place, it's called Word of Faith. A guy got out of there and wanted to tell a story around the time it was on TV and everything. Mm-hmm. He needed a place to stay. He was like running from them. So he went to Sisters in Christ, the homeless shelter. And 2 or 3 days later, she shut down. So the guy was basically trying to say that Word of Faith got her shut down. And the thing is Rutherford General had given her $30,000 not long before she shut down. And Rutherford General is run by Word of Faith.
Yeah.
Rutherford County is itself. Rutherford County is run by Word of Faith. Right. Judges, DAs, doctors.
Nurses,
yeah, that's what we're dealing with.
So you felt like she was wanting to be like a Jane Whaley type.
She's jealous of Jane Whaley.
Like I did.
Watch how she looks at her hair, how she does her hair, how she talks to people. I mean, Jane Whaley. I've heard bad things about her. I have, but I've used her daughter-in-law as my lawyer.
Oh,
and they like my
lawyer. Yeah.
Yeah, they like my mom because my mama is a woman preacher and she's blonde-headed and blue eyes. So they tried to get my mama to join the Word of Faith.
Oh, dang.
Oh, I used to egg Jane Whaley's house, so I don't particularly like Jane Whaley.
But that's crazy. Like basically she gave you a Jane vibe, man. That's actually kind of scary.
Yeah.
But whenever we got there,
no danger because it's like, dude, you can stay here if you want to leave. You can go. Like, what it's cold.
We were given that the feeling of pretty much false security.
Yeah.
And once we got there, it wasn't bad the first day because everyone they were Debbie and Ronnie, they were both nice and everything was okay. And I don't mind physical labor cutting wood, man, I couldn't cut more wood than any log splitter in a day just because I enjoy it. I like the physical activity. And
Yeah.
so cutting wood and keeping the people that, in a sense, I brought there, keeping them warm, I looked at it as a job, and that's how I kept myself occupied, being in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Because once
Caleb's
we got,
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just
Do
gonna say,
what?
Caleb's daughter said that y'all were like a family.
Yeah.
Like she was like, we asked the day that the people of the village like each other. Like, and she said, "Oh yeah, they were like a family." And I was like, "Oh,
that,
okay."
and they were, that was, I mean, they are still, because when we left,
They left.
Magic and Candace and April left with us. The
Yeah.
only reason Shannon and Chris didn't leave is because they still had the sense of, they still had the hope that they would be able to get their kids and their IDs and all that stuff. They still had that in their mind that was going to happen. And I don't know if y'all remember whenever Chris said that they tried to take all the sharp stuff from him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the axe that he has, that was mine. The gift.
Oh, wow.
Well, I forgot it because it was up there where we split wood whenever all of us left, because we didn't leave on good terms at all.
Please
Yeah.
tell them so that they can know. I really want them to
Okay, well,
know how we got the camper.
y'all should get a kick out of this.
We've heard, but not for you.
Yeah. So the night before we left, or the night before we were told to leave, it was me, Kristin, Shannon, and Chris all in our tent, and we had smoked one of the pre-rolls that we got from the vape shop, because my Aunt Joy had come and picked me up because I couldn't get a ride nowhere. So my aunt came and got me.
And we had to do it while they were gone. I couldn't even go to my doctor's appointment. My dad couldn't pick me up. They wanted to know my doctors. They wanted me to have that baby up there on the hill. Ain't no way.
Oh my
Yeah, I'm one of those people.
She literally said
I'm
she
one of those
wanted to
people.
have the damn baby there.
If you look at the videos, listen to the videos, she kept saying, this will be the first baby born in Hope
I
Village.
heard her say that. I didn't think of it like physically there. Like I didn't.
Yeah, she was wanting pretty much us to have that isolation from everything.
Yeah.
And I think that's why they got the whole Kaiser spot, because there is nothing there.
Nothing.
There's nothing. And if you don't have a vehicle,
you're screwed.
Nowhere.
you have either a really long walk, a really long bike ride, or hopes.
Right.
And well, Joy had come and got me.
No ride nowhere for you or nothing either, huh? Like they never did that.
They never once. If we told them we needed to go somewhere, they would say, "Okay, well, look, we're busy right now. We'll get to it." Okay, well, if I want to go somewhere, whenever I was put on probation, I told my PO that she could either send me to prison or put the state jewelry back in her pocket, because I'm not being told where I can and can't go. I don't like that. I don't like being watched. I have Live 360 on my phone simply because her.
Yeah.
Right.
And technically I don't really like that. I don't like being followed or like watched as I go places, in a sense.
Oh yeah, I hate that.
And
I totally get
her
that.
telling me that, they'll get to it on their time. Look, we need food, because if we get something out of the pantry, we get told all about ourselves, and that's for the village. I'm part of the village, dude. Why are you telling me I can't get it?
Oh,
so I use my food stamps to feed our people.
Yeah, anyone that stayed in a tent with us, when we went to get food with our food stamps, we got food for everybody. And we had no problem doing that, because we've done it before. It's if I'm for somebody, I'm all for somebody. And I'm not gonna I can't watch someone else be hungry while I'm eating.
Right, yeah.
And well, when we got back, the four of us were sitting in our tent. We had just smoked the pre-roll, and we were hanging out. We were just in there. We were eating dinner, We had all cooked and we were just hanging out in there talking, just bullshitting.
And our tent was wide open. It wasn't like we were trying to hide anything.
Yeah, we had the inside or the outside flap open, so it was just the screen. So the smoke would come out and we weren't just gassing ourselves out. And well, we didn't hear Deanne or Robbie walk up.
And our dogs did not bark.
And my dogs are an alarm system upon themselves. Like they hear things. I mean, they're dogs. They hear things before me, but I'm a relatively alert person. It's hard. It's kind of hard to sneak up on me.
Is there
out of nowhere?